Hello and welcome. It's so nice to be back here with you today. We are going to be going into what I call the Ceremony of Illumination. And what this is a way for us to hold space for this awakening that is occurring throughout the United States and also throughout the world. We are living in one of the most extraordinary times in history. And I have been feeling this shift of energy from going from fear to really people taking their power back. And this is absolutely so important. It's such an important time. And so I felt very called after doing quite a bit of reflection and meditation and just getting this feeling that us taking this opportunity to hold space, excuse me, for people who are awakening is really important. So I hope you will follow along with me. This ceremony, we're going to do a little bit of conversation first, and then we're actually going to go into a ceremony in just a little bit. So, my guidance to you is that you just find a quiet space, maybe bring a candle, perhaps some of your favorite crystals or some essential oils and just find a little space where you can just sit with me and sit with us in this. I really appreciate your participation and you're bringing your light and sharing it with us here. The darkness is being exposed from corruption to deception to injustices just around the world. We're seeing it really come to a head here globally in the United States. And of course, we are seeing this elsewhere throughout the world. I love the amount of just sheer support from people from other countries. And we're seeing what's right. We know what's right. We know what's wrong. And we're starting to really gather strength in calling this out. So it's through this meditation and intuitive guidance and communication also with spiritual beings of light, that this has become really clear that there are so many millions of people waking up right now in the United States. And some of them are very quietly, they're questioning, they're grieving. Some people are scared, but they are searching and they're knowing that there's something much more than what is going on in the three-dimensional world. And many of these people don't really have the language for it. They just know that there's more. They feel the shift, they feel the energy, and they feel this on a soul level. And this kind of trickles down into a physical level. So there are like millions of people that are currently awakening. And then there are some that are awakened, but quite, they're not quite living fully in alignment with what their purpose is. So I know many people right now, they're like awakened, they know there's more, they're in touch with themselves, they're grounded, they're in touch with their intuition, but they're like, okay, what's my path? What's my purpose? I'm not quite sure what I'm meant to do here yet. And so these people are just not living fully in alignment yet. And then there are not that many, I would say maybe feels like 8 to 10,000 maybe. And you're not going to be able to Google these numbers and get any verification on it if you're very analytic and where are these numbers coming from. This is just, more of my gut insight. But I think there are a number of people in the thousands to tens of thousands that are very high frequency people. They're what I would call light workers. They have gifts that they are using. They're in alignment and they're functioning as more like energetic stabilizers. And these are the people that are holding space currently for the big shift, for this energetic shift of the collective consciousness for moving out of fear and into our true authentic selves and into this remembering. So I wanted to go into what this awakening might be like for some people, because I know that when we're going through these spiritual changes and shifts, sometimes we can have a lot of physical symptoms, we can have emotional symptoms. And when we have these, I think it's important to be able to step out of the thought of, geez, what's wrong with me? Why am I feeling this way? I feel like I'm breaking down. I feel like things around me are falling apart. And so this awakening isn't always comfortable, and it doesn't necessarily feel magical as well. So it can feel like a breakdown, and some things that are no longer in alignment with your life may start falling apart. Like people may be leaving your reality. Um, Jobs may be suddenly falling apart. Maybe you're not feeling like you're in alignment with the kind of work that you're doing, and you're feeling this deep unsettling. You know, several years ago, probably 20 years ago now, I owned a Marcom firm, and also then became an interior designer after about 12 years of that, and a decorative painter. And before I became this artistic person, I've always been artistic, but before I made this shift from a marketing communications firm into interior design and decorative painting, my soul was just crying. It was calling out. And I remember driving along in the car with my husband, and I just started to cry. I just knew at a soul level there was something that was just unmet and unfulfilled. And I think I was leaning very much toward the divine masculine side of me, where the work that I was doing was trade shows and getting things done and deadlines, very third chakra, get it done, lots of will, lots of power there. And I started crying one day in the car because I felt like there was this other side of me. And I did not have the words for it yet, but it was really my yearning for balance, my yearning for the divine feminine to come into balance with this masculine that had been so, overpowering, so strong, that I wanted to balance it out. And I just wanted to do something artistic. And that's where I decided to get into an interior design and decorative painting and use this artistic side that I had ignored for so long. So this awakening could be unsettling. It could make you feel like you want to cry. And every time I have these pivots, I just want to cry. And it's not out of sadness, but it's this emotion that creates the shift in recognizing that change needs to happen. So sometimes it can feel like a breakdown. Now, what's going on right now in the United States is that we're seeing these old paradigms and these systems and certain things crumbling. And that's a good thing. All right. So, some of the things you may start feeling on this cusp of awakening is you might be feeling very disillusioned with systems that you once trusted, things that you thought were solid, people or systems or governments or parties that you thought were on your side. There's this huge amount of disillusionment right now in all of the parties with what's going on currently. On a personal note, you might be exhausted by your own suffering, whether it's physical pain or emotional pain or being in lack. This might be exhausting you. Maybe your business isn't thriving. Maybe in your personal life, you're just feeling a lot of lack. Maybe you feel a lack of friends, a lack around finances. But certain people are suffering and they're exhausted by it. Another one around, especially with empaths like I am, we might be feeling all the feelings, and these feelings might be overwhelming to us. We might be feeling raw, hypersensitive, drained, exhausted. Another is we may be feeling this disconnect. And this disconnect might be from old identities. Maybe you always saw yourself a certain way and you're not seeing yourself in that same light. Maybe you're starting to shift. And maybe you've separated from this old identity, but perhaps you don't know what your new one is just yet. And that's okay too. It could be that you're just unsure of what's next in your life for you as you're going through these shifts. And it could be phase of life. It could just be you see yourself growing, but maybe you haven't really identified with a certain way of being just yet. And that's okay too. That is a symptom of this awakening. You might be questioning reality and you might be wanting to use your voice, but you might be feeling like you're just too much. And you're not. None of you are. You might be longing for deeper meaning, thinking there is more than this. I know there is. And maybe you just don't know what that is yet. You might be longing for more peace. You might be longing for connection. And that longing for connection is about unity consciousness. It's about being connected and knowing that we are one. We are connected with every other being on this earth, every plant, every animal, with Mother Gaia, with Source, with the angelic realms, with the interdimensional realms. We are all connected, and there is this awakening around that. So it could be that you're wanting, desiring connection, but you're not sure how, what that looks like just yet. You may be growing really uncomfortable with the media, with institutions, with normal life, clipping along at your pace, doing the things that you've been normally doing, but you're wondering what is the purpose in all of this? So, for these people who are beginning to awaken, you may not have the words for it, but if you are relating to any of these things here, you are awakening. That is exactly what it is. Now, these souls, if you are one of them, you do not need saving. You are perfectly where you are meant to be at this time, and you don't need fixing. You don't need correcting. All you need is space and some way of being held in a space for you to experience this, for you to grow, for you to find your way and to navigate your way. So you know that there is more. So if you are a light worker here, you're not just a light worker, you're a conscious leader. And a leader can take many different forms. You could be a leader in your own family. It could be that you're a leader in your business. It could be that you're a leader in a business that you're working within as part of a team. And even if you're an individual contributor or a member of staff, you are a leader in the way that you show up as a role model for other people to emulate, even if they're peers, even if they're managers. It doesn't matter your level as far as how you can lead and how you can set the example. And if you're a conscious leader, you are consciously using or utilizing, choosing compassion over control in your life. You're not trying to control people, but you are using compassion and being heart-centered as you are leading. You're practicing truth over what's just convenient to say or do as a means to an end. The truth prevails and you speak the truth and you are resonating authenticity, which is the highest vibration that you can resonate at. You may be leading your families and leading teams and leading businesses. Again, whatever role that you are showing up in, you can still be a very conscious leader within those realities. And you're modeling healing, you're modeling unity, Christ consciousness, and radical self-care, which I talk about a lot, being an integrative wellness coach and nutritionist, and I was a personal trainer, right? So I try to model this self-care because it absolutely shows, and it helps you to show up in the world in the way that you want to show up in. So leadership is not about um, anything beyond presence, like being, as my guides told me today, I was meditating before I got on this call, and I heard here and now. We need to be in the here and be in the now and be in the present moment within our bodies and recognizing that The world doesn't need force, but the world needs frequency holders. And we are here to hold that space for those who are awakening. So you can ask yourself these things. I've got a couple questions for you just to reflect. Have you ever reached a point in your life where you just felt there needs to be more than this? There is more than this. Are there people in your lives that you feel are right on the verge of awakening, but maybe they don't have the language for it yet? And the third and last one is what systems, beliefs, or roles have you began to outgrow? Personally, for me, I've been able to outgrow the patterns and the belief systems as a younger person that I did not have the power, right? And so our intuition, the things that are considered kind of woo woo, right? Our abilities, our gifts, and I know many of you have them. I see them all the time as sovereign beings, is that, we have these gifts. However, our society has taught us to believe that they're not real, that they're woo woo, that they're not based in science. But the purpose of this, and this is a pattern and a belief system that I have let go of, which is that these things aren't valued or real, when in fact they are divinely part coming from source. We are part of God as a fractal of God, and we have these gifts. And, we have these Western science and we have Eastern philosophies, and we merge these together. It's like, it's not all the thinking, it's also this intuition, these gifts that we have. It's knowing that we can manifest when we think thoughts and we have feelings and we put those thoughts and feelings into action. These thoughts, these dreams that we have, and we put emotion behind it, we can become major, major manifestors. So this gives us power, doesn't it? It gives us power to help shift the collective consciousness. It helps give us power to hold space for the people who want to awaken and for the people who are awakening. It holds power, and this power is very frightening to the patriarchy, to the people who have, who run these huge corporations, who run the country, who lobby big companies, big pharma, big oil, right? Big financial institutions, the government. So we take our power back when we step into this knowing of who we are, this remembering, this authenticity, this using of our voices. Okay, so here we are going to get into the purpose of the ceremony of illumination that we're going to go into next. So this is where you might want to try to find kind of a quiet space where we can work together to hold space for others. So this ceremony is our way of holding space for those awakening in either confusion or fear, because it can be disorienting. We want to offer light without an agenda other than to bring light and hold space. And we want to send peace to the hearts of those who are just remembering who they are, to not be in fear, to have peace, to have stability, and to have calm, and knowing that they're safe. So this is our agenda for this, or our intention, I should say, for this piece, this ceremony of illumination. So let's get into it now. So we're going to open the field. Beloved light beings, guardians of Earth, my galactic federation of light family, our soul families, our spirits, teachers, mentors, and guides that are all aligned with the frequencies of truth, compassion, and awakening. I call you now to hold this space in love and hold this space in service. I stand here not as one, but as one, as many, as one who remembers and who wants to share this remembering and hold space for others, as one who's willing to shine without expectation. So now I will light this candle, a beautiful candle here. Smells fabulous. If you have a candle or a crystal, feel free to light your candle. Here we go. It's actually lit. It's a little hard to see, but beautiful. Okay, let's place our hands on our hearts. May this ceremony ripple through time and space, through the quantum, impacting the here and the now, affecting the hearts and bringing lights to all those who are awakening to offer a safe and sacred space. Amen. So let's put our feet firmly on the ground and our hands on our laps, and let's just close our eyes and just observe your breath and just watch the breath without manipulating it as you inhale in and you exhale out. Just watch your own breath at your own pace. And as you do, you'll just naturally notice that you're spontaneously just settling in. It's bringing you calm and a state of peace as you settle. And now we're going to settle into our hearts. Just bring your attention to the middle of your chest. Very good. And just let's mentally tell yourself, I'd like to activate my heart. And just feel the pink light of your heart just spinning and growing brighter and larger. Activate your heart space. Just feel it expand and expand out to the size of the room, out to the size of your building. Just feel this huge, expansive heart. And as you do now, let's bring our awareness from our heart. Just imagine a gold thread going from your heart into the center of your head, connecting with your third eye, your pineal gland. And as we're connecting our heads to our hearts, we're just bringing this awareness of this connection, of this coherence between the two. Our heart is communicating with our mind and our greater mind and our higher self, and our mind and our greater mind and our higher self is communicating with the heart. Beautiful. Now let's ask for light to come to us. Let's tap into this energy from source, from light, from above, out from the cosmos, and watch this as it pours into the crown of your head, through your throat, and down to your heart. Beautiful. Now we're going to watch this energy now as it moves from your heart as it's coming in. It's dividing out equally into your shoulders, just splitting, flowing to every atom, every cell, and between every cell, into your shoulders, down through your arms, your biceps, your triceps, into your elbows, through your forearms, into your wrists, and into your hands. And as the light meets your hands, let's rub our palms together, activating the chakras. And as our chakras start activating, we feel a tingling, we feel some heat maybe. Some people may feel an intense heat. As you activate these chakras, let's face them out away from your body to share. So this love that's coming to us from source, as we share, this connection becomes stronger and wider, and we can feel this building into the palms of our hands. And let's put our hands together and let's just create a ball of energy. And as you bring your hands together, you'll feel this energy build and build. And just imagine this beautiful swirling ball of gold and pink energy, just iridescent with a little bit of coral in it. It's this gorgeous ball of love and safety and energy that's coming channeled to you and through you. You're not using your own energy. Beautiful. And as this energy builds, it's just beautiful. Okay, let's face them outward and let's flow this to where we imagine we'll need it next. And let's say, may our hearts become the amplifier of divine light. May every beat ripple across this nation, this earth, and this dimension. So imagine now in your mind's eye, in your third eye, a map of the United States, and it's just glowing before you, not in distress, but just softly luminescence. And as it's becoming more illuminated, imagine this energy going from the community that you're in, the neighborhood, as it's pulsing out and it's starting to flicker. And like fireflies, it's just illuminating the hearts of people who are awakening, who want this light, who have agreed to accept this light from their higher selves. Nothing forced on anybody, just those who are consciously or unconsciously willing to receive it. Beautiful. And as this light goes out to your community, you can send it further. Imagine your friends and your family, people in your state now, all across the state. Send this love out, send this light out, holding the space. Now send it out across adjoining states from where you are, wherever you are in the world. It could be anywhere, wherever you are from your country, sending it out across your entire country from border to border. Just watch as that light ripples out, how it expands, how it lightly touches the hearts of people who are wanting and desiring this light, who want clarity in their awakening, who want this holding of space, who desire this love and this peace and this unity. We send this out. Beautiful. And as we send this out beyond the borders to the northern hemispheres and the southern hemispheres, beyond the borders into Canada and across Canada and Alaska and north and south to South America, to all of the beautiful countries south of the United States or south of where you are, wherever that may be for you. We see this beautiful pulsing light. Very nice. And then we extend it out across the oceans to other continents, to Europe, to Asia, to South America, down across the waters all the way over to Africa, to Russia, to Ukraine, to the people of Ukraine. We send this love and we send this light. We send it to the people in China who desire this light, to Japan, to Korea, all of the countries, all of the countries, all of the beings who are wanting to awaken, who want the support, who want the love. We send this to them. And imagine now, as you're sending this light directly to them, you're not convincing them, but just to remind. And we're telling everybody across the world, across the globe, you are safe to awaken. You are safe to remember. You are safe to rise. Imagine this energy flowing to every person and every being, from pole to pole and around the entire globe. And extend that to any other beings that are living, that desire this light, to the plant life, not just human, but every being that there is that exists within this planet, within the land, within the mountains, the forests, the waters, the ice, every being. So we now send you this blessing of remembrance. May it awaken the gentle. May it keep your heart strong. May all the illusions fall away with grace. May love anchor you where fear tries to pull you in and keep you subservient and tied to it, to keep you small and powerless. Release that now. Release it, release it, release it. We stay in love, we stay in peace. We stay in the here, we stay in the now. We are here with you, our hearts connected in love and peace and unity in Christ consciousness. We are awake, we are aware, and we hold space for everyone. You are not alone. Just know this, that we are with you. We offer this light into the heart of humanity. May it reach all those who stand in the path of awakening, the millions and millions of souls around the world who may be uncomfortable, but know that there is more. I thank you for participating in this beautiful session to hold space for people who are awakening so they can hold on to their truth. And we can all collectively shift the collective consciousness into what's right for humanity, what's pure, connected in love, and end once and for all the feeling and the illusion of separateness, of differences, of racism, of sexism, of ageism, of everything that we may be seeing now that we know that we don't want. Just know that what we're seeing now is a catalyst to change. And I am here for it. Okay, I love you. Thank you for being here.